it is time for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. You can call me right now. We also do take your emails at lifecoach@KZOK.com. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorcer Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Now let's talk to Gern in Seattle. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Is that Gern?
I think it's Jem.
Yeah, Gern.
No, it is Gern.
Gern?
Told you. What's up there, Gern?
Well, I'm in a position with a lady that I adore. She's a nice gal, and she's very successful and good looking, but she's just so in my face. You know, she's always there. I can't get on my phone. I can't make a text or a call without her. Well, who is it? When I'm looking over my phone, I just, I just get so bad that I just tell her it's Jake from State Farm. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I have this other gal. I just can't get it out of my head, who I think is waiting for me to ride in on my white horse someday in my old town. And with her we were fireworks, and here it's just kind of, I'm trying to make it work.
So is your problem, no offense, dude, but is your problem actually that you have too many chicks?
If two is too many.
Two is too many. One's too many if she's hassling you. I will tell you this. Well, I'll wait for your question. What exactly is your question?
What do I do? My family loves the one I'm with, but I'm in love with the other one, and my business is actually going well, and I'm with this one, and do I just sacrifice my own? You're supposed to go for love and my own personal love for life. I don't know if I'm even feeling healthy with this one. It's so stressful.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't like it, man. I don't like it at all. When we get calls all the time on this that either people are always checking what's going out on my phone, or I'm always checking what's going out on their phone. And the long run is none of these people end up staying together. If somebody wants to know what's on your texts and who you're sending and what are your emails, what are your phone records, that never ends well. But this isn't even that difficult for me, because I'm just going to say, and you said these words, my heart belongs to this girl. And if you check the Life Coach, our history, the answer is always follow your heart. Absolutely. And I'm not saying it's always the right choice. And I'm not saying you're always going to end up happy. I'm telling you, follow your heart. Sure, people that have got divorced followed their heart right into that marriage and then it fell apart. But you got to take the step either way. And you will regret from this second on that you don't follow your heart. You'll wonder what was going to happen. Make something happen and follow your heart. Thank you very much for the call there, Gern.
The next caller for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach, is Susan in Seattle.
Hey, Susan in Seattle.
Hi, how are you this morning?
We're very well. Thank you very much for asking. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I have a sticky situation, Danny. I know you can help me.
All right.
So I work in a medical clinic. I am a nurse. And there is a person working in the clinic who is working as a medical assistant, who's new but has not taken her state test and does not have a license. And I just found out about it. And I tried to talk to my manager, who basically pushed me out the door and, tried to pretend like it was all okay. But it's really illegal. I mean, they're breaking the law.
And so is your clinic, by the way. The place that you're working is breaking the law.
Right. And my concern is that the woman I'm working for, the manager who I tried to talk to, she is an absolute bully. She has written me up for things like not sitting in my assigned seat. I've been a nurse for over 20 years. I've never been written up.
A nurse for over 20 years, and somebody thinks it's worth their time and money to write you up for sitting in an undesignated chair. That's crazy.
That's correct. I know. And I think she has a personality disorder. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
But I'm afraid of her because I'm on my last written warning there. But I also am transferring to a new job in a different area, and that'll be my last day is Friday. So I want to speak up and do the right thing. I don't want to mess up my new opportunity, but I also am afraid of retribution from this woman, because I've tried to talk to her boss and they just think she's great.
All right. And so what is your question for me?
Do I call the state and report this to the state?
All right. Now, do you believe that this person has been through all the schooling it takes and they're just waiting on their license?
That's correct. She has been through an externship. She has not taken her state boards, but she is working. They hired her as what's called a upfront phone person. That's how they hired her.
Right.
But they're using her as a medical assistant until she takes her test. But she's doing things to patients that she's not supposed to.
Well,
be doing.
here's my answer to you because it's changed. My answer, here's what it says on my computer screen. I'll let you see it. Should I alert the state about an unlicensed medical worker? Well, we all just went, yes. There was no, I went, what am I going to do to make this phone call interesting? I'm just going to say yes and hang up on Susan. But now, because I worry about your welfare, because of course you should alert the state about an unlicensed worker. But now, you're moving on to greener pastures in 48 hours or 72 hours or whatever it is. The uproar that you are going to cause, and you know what's going to happen when you report this person, correct?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
You should be afraid of that. You're going to make just gigantic waves. Here's my call for you, and it's because I'm a good person now, but I've been a bad person for so long. I understand the right thing to do. Wait till you make your move to the new place, then call anonymously and turn that person in. Do not, when you've only got 72 hours left to work there, do not turn anybody into the state today. You've got a future that looks really bright. Get your new job, make your new friends, and then if you still feel like turning this person in, and I don't think you care that much about the person as much as you care about your boss who writes you up for chair problems, call them in, do an anonymous phone call from the new place, and it'll make no waves at your new job. And yeah, you should, by the way. You have a moral duty to turn this person in, but don't do it while you're still there. Do it on Monday morning when you're at the new place. Okay, Susan?
I appreciate that because I think my motive really is more on the revenge than anything else because I think this person can do her job. But, don't beat yourself up, man. Revenge is a fine motivation sometimes. It's underrated. But yeah, don't do yourself any harm and wait till you're at the new place. Thanks, Susan. I appreciate the call.
Good advice. This is Danny Bonaduce, life coach. He is full of good advice for you at 800-252-1025. Jane in Seattle, you're on with Danny.
Morning, Jane.
Good morning. I have a friend that she's been divorced for a little bit. She has sole custody of her child because her husband didn't show up for court or didn't go to parenting or any of that. And their 12-year-old girl needed medical help, and so she sent a letter to him, stating this. And in turn, his new wife, which my friend never has met, sent a nasty letter threatening to call CPS on my friend and threatening to write letters to her job stating that she's crazy and blah, 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 blah. Does he have any, is that possible given all these dings against him that he would have a probable case to go in front of a judge and have visitation rights with my friend's daughter?
No, there's good news and bad news on this, that he's always got a case to get in front of a judge. That's what judges are for. Now, getting past that judge and changing visitation, that's more difficult, and he'll have to show all sorts of probable reasons that he should get custody that he was not granted one time, and judges are loath to either change their minds or the minds of another judge. So I wouldn't worry too much about what he says he's going to say to a judge. But let me ask you this, and this is key. Did your friend save all these letters?
Yeah, she did. She did. And the thing is when she went before a judge, she said, "I'm extending an olive branch, and my husband's not here, but I'd like him, if he wants to see their child." And the judge signed off on it. He crossed everything off and said, "No, no, he's not here. I'm giving you sole custody."
And well, that's exactly what I thought would happen. The fact that they've changed their mind and want to do it again. I promise you this. What is it? The definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. They're going to get the same outcome if they go back in front of that judge or a different judge. They're going to get the exact same outcome. So your friend is in fine position. They're not going to change the custody. I would be willing to bet a lot of money on that, and that everything's going to be okay. Thank you very much for the call there, Jane.
We've got time for an email on Danny Bonaduce, life coach. This comes from Patrick in Seattle. He writes to lifecoach@KZOK.com. I'm a young person who has trouble asking girls out. I see a girl I find attractive out in public, like at the grocery store or the mall, and I think I'd really like to talk to her. And then I hit a wall. I just don't know what I would say. Can you help a lonely guy get past this mental roadblock and become less lonely?
Yeah, I think I can there, Patrick. Here's the deal on it. And by the way, here's kind of interesting because you probably picked the grocery store because there is a specific girl that you like and that you see her at the grocery store, whether it was one time or you just see a lot of girls that you would like at the grocery store. If you look up, you can check this out on Google, where America meets people and goes on dates of like random places. Grocery stores beat bars. That's a very good place to ask somebody out or to get somebody's phone number, to get somebody's email address. But I would be, and I'll tell you this from lots of practice on this, I would be short and to the point and get ready to make your exit because it can only go one of two ways, great or bad. You can meet a girl and you can go, hey, I've seen you. I'll just pick the grocery store. This doesn't matter where you've met them. Let's just assume it's a grocery store this time. Hey, I've seen you at this place before and I've been dying to ask you out. You want to give me your phone number? Here's my phone number, and if you'd like to give me a call, and have your phone number, your email address ready. I don't have cards made up because then you're going to look like a freak. But be ready to give out your information, your pertinence, as they say, and move along. Make it really brief. And the damage, if she says no, and I don't know unless she's married or seeing somebody that she's gonna. There's no reason to say no. Just make your case, make it fast, get out of there, and assume there'll be no damage if you duck and back out the door. But you have to ask. That's what the main thing is, you have to ask.
I will say last year we went to Washington Breads and Brews and at Emerald Downs, and everyone's walking around socializing, and this guy, I was talking to this guy about some beer, and he hands me a card and it says, here's my number, call me maybe.
Oh, cute.
From that song. It was cute. So sometimes if there's a gimmick, handing the card isn't bad.
Get a laugh. That's absolutely great. I think having somebody have a card says, I've also done this a bunch of times. But go ahead and ask, what can the damage be, man? So she's going to say no. Big deal. Ask. And I never have done this before. It's a sports phrase. Ready?
Okay.
In the words of the great Wayne Gretzky, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I love that. Take a shot. Ask a girl. Hey, that was Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. That's all the time we have for today. It's brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.